I went for a surf this morning. It was amazing. And now I'm feeling so incredibly anxious. And here are the reasons why. I had coffee with lots of sugar. That's a no-go for me normally. And I know better than this. Honestly, I just want to say. Another thing is, if you are an extremely anxious person and you drink coffee every day, especially with sugar, or even just coffee, or even just have a lot of sugar, you're not gonna feel good. I've even just heard recently that glucose is one of the main reasons we have mental health problems. So, and then caffeine too, it's just like, it fully activates your nervous system in the worst way. So I know some people think they're cool with it. They've been doing it forever. They need that kick, that boost. I do so much better with matcha or green tea, which I know it doesn't give you that same high as much, but it's so much steadier in my nervous system. I like have chills right now just from like, the feeling of all the feelings inside. So I just wanted to share that. And I think that's a super helpful thing to look at. Like, how are you eating? Are you eating in a balanced way? Like, I started changing the way that I ate some point last year. Instead of having a smoothie or sugary things, even healthy sugars like fruit, first thing in the morning, I just started to have things like, first starting with veggies and protein and substantial, more savory things in the morning was my rule. And that helped my blood sugar not spike as much, which is something my really good friend who has type 1 diabetes actually taught me through her own healing journey and her own work with the condition she has, that she has to eat in a certain way. And if she doesn't, it's extreme for her, right? This is almost life or death, even though she has her insulin. But she's like, dude, I feel so bad if I don't actually eat in these orders. I can feel like myself crashing and dissociating. And I've noticed the same for me. I'll get extremely anxious. So just putting it out there for anyone who's struggled, and that it's really important that you nourish your body accordingly. And today I didn't. That's one. Also, love my family, but they're in town and I'm actually in their home right now. They've just decided to spend a lot of time where I am, and my island became my little safe space. And now I'm learning to reintegrate some energy that admittedly I've been running from, and finding some boundaries around for myself, and finding myself in old patterns. And if you know the quote, I can't remember who said it, but it's like, if you think you're spiritually evolved, spend 1 week or 3 days or 5 days or whatever it is with your family, or even a day, and see how far you've really come. Yeah, it just feels like a lot of regression in my journey. And if this is you, it happens to the best of us. So between the caffeine, how I was eating, and how it's all going down right now, it's a lot. Not to mention, if you have been following me and my story, you know that I just navigated some pretty big waves. And right now I'm learning to love with surrender, without control, which I've realized I've done a lot in my past. And the people pleasers and the codependents of the world know that when you love someone, you really want it to be that person. You also want to help them, and you also want to contort to them. You also want to make everything right so that it's the person forever, right? But the truth is, we have to let people be who they are, and they have to show us who they are. So we're not emotionally bolstering them. That's a term I've learned recently from a relationship coach. That when we emotionally bolster someone, we're basically like, here's the path, walk it, walk it, walk it. Or we're even being more gentle. It's not as controlling. It can be more like, you're not saying certain things, or you're saying things in a certain way, or you're not letting them show up as they really are. You're still trying to gently buffer and kind of guardrail their experience, when you just need to let them be so that they can show you who they are, and you can decide if that's authentically right for both of you. And that's been my journey right now as I break codependency. And codependency is a lot of this, like, you're trying to control. It's letting go of that. And As I've shared, my partner and I have actually decided to move out of the same home so that we could focus on ourselves and go about the journeys we need to go on our own together, parallel but separate. And though I could feel this collapse in my system in the best way, like a surrender, when we came up with that alternative and he showed me and all the things that I needed to see from him in that moment, like this deep self-awareness and the plan and the vision, and that felt amazing. And it's still a let's see, of course. And so it's scary to be in that. It's scary to not just create all these buffers and boundaries, not even boundaries, but buffers and guardrails and emotional bolsters and whatever, to say this is how we're doing it, and this is how it's working, and this is how you're going to show up, and I'm going to try to guide you to make sure that you show up in those ways. We're just letting each other be, and no one's done anything wrong. Everyone is perfect as they are, but it's just a matter of surrendering to the journey. And I think that this is truly the way to move through life with the most grace and peace and ease and alignment and authenticity and truth, because there's no resentment, there's no control, there's truly just allowing people to grow and thrive and become and be and remember who they are in all directions. So I know that this is actually in greater service to my path and however things turn out. And it's scary. It's a vulnerable free fall to let go of a sense of control and to just let people fucking be. Jesus. Damn, it's really hard. So it's scary. It's scary. It's not like hard. It's just scary. And so I'm sitting with that today, and I'm trying to not let my feelings make me wrong. I'm trying to not do anything. I've spent a lot of my life trying to kind of control outcomes, even with my parents' marriage. I mean, that's where it all started for me, was being almost like their coach at such a young age and their confidant at too young of an age, and should never have been. But that dynamic was me always trying to keep them together, trying to make sure that this person was okay so that they could be okay, so that I was okay, right? And when you're a kid, that makes sense. Like codependency, dependency is necessary to survive when you're young. But then we get to remember that we can let go and be our own and have interdependence, not codependence or just dependence. It's about being your sovereign self and letting those two oceans, as I keep saying, flow together. So I know this pattern in me. I recognize this pattern in me. I know that no matter what happens in the end, which of course I have the highest hopes for love and belief in this person to become who their fullest, deepest potential, which is truly all that I want in this partnership and for every single person and myself. But it's a matter of really letting go of trying to guide that journey, because that's not my journey to guide. That's his journey to guide, and my journey is mine, and that is that. So, hard, as you can see too. I have a little knack for coaching. Like, I love to do it. And so if anyone is that person or an actual coach or just somebody who loves to help and please or guide or support or the Enneagram 2 helper or whatever, it's hard to watch the people that you love and not try to get involved, but to rather let them have their own sovereign journey and give them that trust and have you, and that's all you can do. So yeah. And of course I was guided to even make this decision with my partner through my own guidance and through trusting my body and what it was sharing with me. And I can see that this is just a powerful, powerful lesson for me to learn that. We're not coaching our partners. We're not coaching our friends. We're not coaching our families. We're letting them be. Of course, if somebody wants to seek advice, if someone wants to connect, you can do that, but it's not your job to rescue. It's not your job to guide. It's not your job to manipulate their journey, because you see something in them and you need them to go there for you or whatever, just let it be. And I guess that's kind of the Mel Robbins let them theory that people have. And of course there's lines with that. I mean, if you're unsafe or things are not reciprocated or mutual or kind, or like, you don't have to let anybody do anything. You pull back and you still let them, but you set a boundary. You say no more, I don't need this. But as long as you feel it's safe to be in that and it feels right to be in that for you, yeah, we let our people be them and journey with themselves. So that's where I'm at, just sharing live. And I had to excuse myself from just like some family shenanigans just to go take a moment. My good friend, the same one that I was just sharing, actually has type 1 diabetes. This is all her wisdom today. Her name's Devin Lawrence and her Instagram's Devin Lawrence Intuitive, and she has tons of amazing stuff about using your voice and healing, and she's an incredible singer and all kinds of things. She teaches meditation, sound healing, lots to say about her, lots to find in her wisdom. One of my best friends, but yeah, she reminded me, like, take the somatics, take yourself into your room when you need that moment, put yourself in fetal position, hold yourself, get under the covers, breathe, just feel like you're in a womb space. I actually realized when she was sharing those ideas with me that both are really womb energy related, right? Like you literally get in a womb position in fetal, or you get into under a blanket, which is like kind of being in the womb. Like go back to that and let yourself breathe and be soothed and just feel and release and calm yourself down. So that's what I've been taking moments of today, which is huge for me, because in the past I'd get like FOMO or feel guilty or feel like I couldn't or shouldn't or whatever, and not even let myself leave the room to reorient and regather and restore myself. But now I'm getting so much better at being like, hey, I'll be right back. Sometimes without explanation, which is huge too. Just, I'll be right back. Give me a minute. And I had like 3 people knock at my door since I've been in here for I don't know, like 30 minutes and already. And every time I just said, I'll be out in a few minutes. That's it. Like, that's all. Massive. So I wanted to share some of this process in real time in hopes that it helps somebody else. Thank you for being here. If you are also breaking codependency, if you're learning to be your own sovereign, radiant, lit, luscious, beautiful, aligned, powerful being, this is the place for you. This is for you to see me in real time, working my process and knowing that I'm human, that I'm also deeply, deeply divine. And so are you, so are you. Okay, I'm gonna go, but have the best day. Subscribe if you haven't already. Follow along. It's a wild ride. I keep saying this is the most chaotic, grounded place on the internet, so welcome. Okay, love you, bye.